All right, let's break down a pretty wild idea, making $100,000 in just 1 month. I know, it sounds totally impossible, right? But what if there's a different way to look at it? A kind of blueprint that makes this huge goal feel, well, surprisingly doable. Yeah, just look at that number, $100,000. Seriously? For most of us, making that much in a single month would be completely life-changing. It feels more like winning the lottery than an actual business plan, doesn't it? But here's the thing. What if we've been coming at it from the wrong angle this whole time? So here's the big switch in thinking. Imagine trying to get one person, just one client, to pay you 100 grand. That's really, really hard. You'd need a massive product, a huge contract, something epic. But what about getting just $1 from 100,000 people? See, all of a sudden, the problem isn't about getting a huge amount of money from one source. It becomes a game of scale. And that right there, that's what we're calling the $100,000 question. So for the next few minutes, we're going to completely flip this monumental goal on its head by breaking it down into the tiniest little pieces. Okay, so the secret weapon here, it's the power of just one single dollar. We're not looking for that one golden ticket, that one huge whale of a client. Nope. This is all about collecting tiny contributions, but on a massive scale. Welcome to the world of micropayments, my friends. This is how a small idea can lead to a really, really big income. So what is a micropayment exactly? Well, it's pretty simple. It's a business model where you sell something, a product, a service, for a really small amount of money. We're talking like $1, maybe $2. And the magic of it all? It happens online, where you can reach a potentially huge audience without a ton of costs. You know, the math on this is not complicated at all, and that's what makes it so beautiful. You take $1 and you multiply it by a whole lot of people, and suddenly it adds up, fast. It takes that totally overwhelming goal of $100,000 and just boils it down to a simple, straightforward equation. Okay, theory is great, but let's get practical. How do you actually do this? Well, welcome to your micropayment toolkit. We're about to dive into 25 different ways you can earn that very first dollar, and then do it again 100,000 times. First up, we've got our first category, content and subscriptions. This is an amazing fit if you're a creator, a writer, an expert, anyone who can offer value over and over again. The real key word here is recurring revenue. You're not just getting $1 once, you're getting it every single month. So, what does this look like? Well, think about an exclusive newsletter on a platform like Substack, where you share your best stuff. Or maybe it's a VIP community on Patreon, giving people some cool behind-the-scenes access. You could even start something like a creative writing club. Any of these could easily get you that $1 a month subscription from people who are really into what you do. All right, next up is category 2, digital products and services. Now, the amazing thing about this one, and I mean the real beauty of it, is that you do the work once. You create one thing and then you can sell it over and over and over again, basically forever, with almost no extra cost. I'm talking about things like a short, super helpful ebook you sell on Gumroad. Or maybe you have an app and you offer a cool feature upgrade for just $1. It could even be a pack of custom digital art or stickers on Etsy. Every single one of these is a tiny little asset that's out there, working for you 24/7. It is the definition of work smarter, not harder. And that brings us to our third and final category, community and events. This is all about tapping into the power of bringing people together, centered around a shared hobby, a cause, an experience. People fundamentally love to feel like they belong to something and to participate. Just picture it. You could sell 1,000 tickets to an online workshop for just $1 a pop. Or what about running a 30-day fitness challenge where everyone throws in $1 to join? Heck, even a simple buy me a coffee button on your website lets your audience show you some love with a quick, easy micropayment. So there you go. Those are the 3 big approaches. You've got recurring value through subscriptions, you've got those one-time sales of digital products that can scale like crazy, and you've got bringing people together with community events. Each one is a totally valid path to collecting that $1 over and over again. No, look, it's super easy to get all fired up about these ideas, and you should be. But we gotta be real for a second. Coming up with the idea, that's actually the easy part. The real challenge, the hard part, well, that comes next. And trust me, it's a big one. And let's be crystal clear about this. Creating a $1 product is simple. The real work, the mountain you have to climb, is finding 100,000 people who are willing to pay for it. That is the biggest hurdle by far. Getting users, what we call user acquisition, that's where most people get stuck. It takes marketing, it takes reach, and you have to have an offer that people just can't ignore. And hey, if you're thinking about that subscription model, the challenge gets even tougher. Because then retention is everything. It's not good enough to get someone to pay you one time. You have to deliver so much value that they're happy to stick around and pay you again next month, and the month after that. So, the big question is, how do you beat this challenge? Well, the blueprint lays out a 3-part strategy. First, really focus on digital services that can scale without you having to do more work. Second, build in some kind of viral referral campaign so your customers start bringing you new customers. And third, you have to become completely, totally obsessed with keeping the users you already have. Okay, let's wrap this all up into your starting blueprint. The most important thing to do right now is to stop thinking about that massive, scary number, $100,000, and instead focus on the very first tiny building block. Because it all comes back to this one thing. You don't need 25 brilliant ideas, you just need one. One single, scalable idea from that toolkit we just went through. Something you can actually build, launch, and then grow. So ask yourself, what is the one thing I can offer for just $1 that gives somebody real value? See, this is where the journey really starts. It's not with these grand dreams of a 6-figure payday. It starts with the simple, the humble, but incredibly powerful goal of earning your very first dollar. If you can master that, you've got a foundation you can build anything on. So I'm gonna leave you with this question. Just for a minute, forget about the $100,000. What is your $1 idea? What's that little piece of value you can create that someone out there would happily give you a single dollar for? That, right there, is the real question. And finding the answer? Well, that could be the start of something really, really big.